Hello everyone, this is Jawad Ahmed and today we are gonna start our new series of lectures on ophthalmology. So what exactly is ophthalmology? So ophthalmology is a branch of the medicine that is concerned with the study of the disorders and the diseases of the eyes and their treatment, of course. So we will be studying here the eye, its various disorders, diseases, and then we will finally find the remedies for those diseases. Now, before going exactly to the diseases and disorders, first we have to learn the basic anatomy of the eye. So, in this video primarily and succession of the few more videos, we will be basically covering the structure of the eye. So here I have divided the structure of the eye into a few videos so that it has become easily for you to understand it. So first of all, we will be covering the bony orbit. We will study the various bones involved here that will take part in the formation of the eye, and then we will study the eyelids and the eyeball, then, which is the basic globe that we are going to study, and then the muscles of the eye and the various nerves and vessels that are supplying the eye. So once you have understand the basic structure of the eye well, then you will be able to understand the diseases of the eye and finally their treatment. So that's what our ophthalmology is all about. So in this video we will be basically covering our bony orbit. So let's get started. Our first video in this succession is the bony orbit. Now you can see here the bone of the the various facial bones. Here you can see on this side that the bony orbit, the orbit is this pyramidal cavity. This pyramidal cavity is your orbit. Now first of all, we can see its margins. You can see that there are three bones mainly that are forming its margin. So you got here at the top is this bone is your frontal bone. So it's frontal bone, then there is your zygomatic bone forming the lateral margin, and then the lower margin and mainly the medial margin is formed by your maxillary bone. So the margin of the bony orbit is formed by the frontal bone, then on the lateral side it is formed by the zygomatic bone, and on the lower side and on the medial side it's mainly formed by the maxillary bone. Now the orbit is mainly a pyramidal cavity, so it has a roof, it has a top, that is, it has a roof, it has a medial side, it has a floor, and it has a lateral side too. So lateral, now you can see here that the top or the roof is mainly formed by the frontal bone. You can see here the top is mainly formed, the roof is mainly formed by the frontal bone. Now the lateral side, the lateral wall is mainly formed by the zygomatic bone. Now the lateral form is formed by the zygomatic, the roof is formed by the frontal bone, and you can see the floor is mainly formed by the maxillary bone and somehow the zygomatic bone too. So this is your floor. The floor is formed by the maxillary bone. Now once you come to the medial side is where a lot of story is, and you can remember that medial MLE. So just like Muhammad Ali, you can remember it that medial is MLE. So in the medial side, in the front, you can see you have the maxillary bone. Then after that you have got this lacrimal bone, MLE. So M is your maxillary bone, L is your lacrimal bone, and after that you got the ethmoid bone. So that's all about the bony orbit. So I hope you have understood it. So just revise it a quick bit so that you just learn it here and you don't ever forget it. At the top, the margin first. So the margins of the bony orbit are first formed at the top by the frontal bone, on the lateral side by the zygomatic bone, and on the lower end, on the medial side, the margin is formed by the maxillary bone. Then once its top or its roof is formed by the frontal bone, its lateral side is formed by the zygomatic bone, the floor is formed by the maxillary bone, and the medial side is your MLE. As you can see here, on the front you got the maxillary, then you got the lacrimal bone, and then you got the ethmoid bone. So that is all for the bony orbit. Thank you, and do subscribe my channel for the further upcoming videos on the ophthalmology, and thank you very much again.